Okay, so when we're talking about responsibilities of organizations, in respect of safeguarding and child protection, there are other considerations as well. So you want to ensure that you have proper record keeping in place. When cases of abuse have been disclosed by a child, the designated officer must take proper records of what transpired and make sure that the records are kept in a safe and secure place. Because we may need the records for evidence when it comes to the issue of prosecution and getting justice for the child. Again, we must also understand that information sharing is a key aspect of safeguarding and child protection. Information must only be shared on a need-to-know basis. So, a child has been abused, whether physically, sexually, emotionally. It is not an item for gist in the school. So, because you are privileged to have heard or be part of the disclosure, does not mean that the child's information and story becomes an item of gist amongst staff members. So information should only be shared on a need to know basis. Who requires that information? Of what value will that information that you're sharing be to that person? How does it improve the situation or circumstances of the child? How does it help the child through healing? How does it help for the promotion of justice for the child? If the answer is no to any of these questions, you do not need to share the information with that particular individual. But you should know that you need to share the information with other member organizations or other collaborative partners who require the information to ensure that the child gets essential services. So, for instance, you will need to share the information with the police. You will need to share information with medical experts. You will need to share the information with child protection or the legal team to ensure that the child gets adequate service provision. So we also need to understand that safeguarding is a collaborative effort. It is not something that you can do in isolation, where, like I said earlier, where your job ends, another professional's job begins. So it is a shared responsibility. We're all involved in it. We all need to do or play our parts to ensure that the child is safe. And we also should improve our learning through studying evidence-based research or surveys that have been conducted. Like I mentioned earlier, the Violence Against Children survey of 2014 that was released in 2015. I mean, the information contained there will educate us, will enlighten us to understand what trends are going on and how we need to work together to ensure that children are better protected. We must also understand the fact that we need to train our children, like I said before, on their rights. And when we are teaching them about their rights, we must never forget to teach them about their obligations and duties to themselves and to the people around them, especially also to their community, their immediate community, which is the school community, and to their families and parents. They have to understand what their rights are and also what their obligations are. And for individuals who work with children, you need to build healthy relationships with your students, because when you build healthy relationships with them, it will improve communication with them and it will enhance their level of confidence and self-esteem as well. It enhances their self-esteem. They are more productive. They become better students, through the level of relationship you build, and it boosts their self-esteem and helps them to develop better into better adults in the future.